We often get asked about the specifications between the different Dyson stick vacuum models, and particularly about things like runtime and power output. So what we've done here is we've got the V6, the V7, the V8, and the V10. We've kind of put a table behind them showing power output, runtime, and even battery recharge time. Now these figures relate to the setup you see here, which is with a powered cleaner head. There's a whole different set of figures if you're using non-powered tools. So without further ado, let's look at the V6. We've got 28 air watts of suction in low power mode, and that runs for a full 16 minutes. There is no medium power mode on this unit. There's actually a button on the back of this one that goes from low to high. Now in high power mode, 100 air watts of suction for 6 minutes. Battery recharge time 3.5 hours. Moving over to the V7, 21 air watts of suction in low power mode, so that's down from the V6. However, it's got a longer run time, 20 minutes as opposed to 16. Again, no medium power. The switch on this one is here, like it is on the V8, beside it. High power mode, 100 air watts of suction, 6 minutes. Battery recharge time, 3.5 hours. Now these are identical between the V6 and the V7, and you know, the battery specifications between the V6 and the V7 are identical. So it's no surprise that the high power mode and the battery recharge time are the same. And they've just kind of tuned the vacuums a little differently in low power mode. One gets a higher run time and one gets a higher suction power output. So moving on to the V8, in low power mode we've got 28 air watts of suction that runs for 25 minutes. Now they've managed to do that by adding a larger battery pack on that unit. Again, no medium power mode. In high power mode, 115 air watts of suction for 7 minutes. But you do take a bit of a hit with that larger battery pack. The battery recharge time is now 5 hours. Moving on to the unit at the end, and that's the newest one, the V10. Low power mode, 15.8 air watts of suction, which is the lowest of all of the stick vacs, but it has the longest run time, 35 minutes. This one does have a medium power mode. There's a switch in the top there you can see, and it's actually got three settings, low, medium, and high. In medium power mode, 33.8 air watts of suction, and that lasts for 20 minutes. High power mode, 151 air watts of suction for 6 minutes, and they've managed to get the run time, or the battery recharge time, back down to 3.5 hours. And that's actually kind of handy. These cordless units don't last a long time on a charge, especially in high power mode. If you're in the middle of a job, or if you haven't finished something and the battery runs out, you'd like to get back to work as soon as possible. It's good to have a shorter battery recharge time. Now, the figures you see here are really the result of manufacturers' numbers. They're the result of us talking to Dyson support and also doing a fair bit of digging around online. We kind of consider them the official numbers. But we went a step further in this exercise and we ran each machine in its different power modes and recorded the runtime. So next we're going to write those tested runtimes in and discuss those. So we've recorded the actual runtimes that we tested in blue, and you can see them here. Probably the biggest thing that stands out is that each and every runtime is longer than the official runtime. Now, how did we test this? Well, we actually used it on this carpet here, and we made sure the dust canister was empty. We made sure that the filters were clean. We charged each machine up, held the trigger down until it stopped, and recorded this with a stopwatch. So fairly, I guess, real world test. And probably some of the things that stand out was the V10 actually running over 40 minutes in low power mode, and also the V10 running over 7 minutes in high power mode. So you can see the other numbers here. They're all pretty good. Of course, we don't know the suction figures. We don't know if the suction, for example, in the V6 stayed at 28. Was it higher than 28? Was it lower than 28? Did it, possibly go down over those 16 minutes and 40 seconds? We don't have those kind of numbers. In addition, some of the units here may have been used more than others. Some are newer. But anyways, we've still got an interesting snapshot of real-life run times. So hope you find that useful.